Hi. Okay, today is Iran and America's war. What you guys are gonna picture, what's gonna happen? Like some say nothing's gonna happen, some believe like peace is gonna happen, some believe other nations are not gonna get involved, right? So in this video today, I just have to post it. I don't care if my like my new viewers. Thank you for watching, and my subscribers, I love you very much for joining my personal content. So we're gonna look at a little bit preview in the past, especially today, okay? It's really, really important today. Today is the war flashback time. And why are we gonna look at that? So everybody knows how life started, was life okay, and what turned into a global nightmare. What we're facing today. It's important. Let's take a look, guys.
Who styled himself the Shah of Iran. Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. He was named Crown Prince in 1967 during his father's reign. But in 1979, everything changed. The Shah became a close ally of the US, and in the late 1970s, millions of Iranians took to the streets against his regime, which they viewed as corrupt and illegitimate. The Shah was overthrown in a revolution that did not just bring in a new era of clerical rule, but sent shockwaves across the Islamic world. When Ayatollah Khamenei returned to Iran, he did not just want to topple a monarchy, he wanted to build a new Islamic republic. One where politics was religion, and Iran became its global missionary. Khamenei believed it was Iran's job to export this revolution, much like the French exported liberalism or the US exported democracy. But this made Arab neighbors, especially Sunni-led ones like Saudi Arabia, very nervous. See, before 1979, Iran and Saudi Arabia were not enemies. Both were monarchies, both were US allies. But after the revolution, Iran became a Shia theocracy, and that changed everything. Iran's first major enemy, not Saudi Arabia, but Iraq. Saddam Hussein, a Sunni dictator leading a Shia majority country, feared Iran's revolution would spread. And in 1980, he invaded. And it became one of the longest and bloodiest wars of the 20th century. By the end, hundreds of thousands were dead, and Iran's revolution had taken on a more defensive but still ambitious posture. After Khomeiни's death, Iran toned things down. Presidents like Rafsanjani and Khatami focused on rebuilding and diplomacy. But that did not last, because in 2003, Saddam Hussein fell, and Iran saw a golden opportunity. With Saddam gone, Iran poured money, arms, and advisors into Iraq. It backed Shia militias, helped restore shrines, and became deeply embedded in Iraqi politics. On your screen, this was Iran's axis of resistance, a network of proxies from Hezbollah in Lebanon to the Houthis in Yemen. The goal? Counter Saudi and Western influence. In response, Saudi Arabia formed the Gulf Cooperation Council, funded Sunni militias, and even supported Iraq during the Iran-Iraq War. The Middle East was now divided not just by borders, but by sects. But in 2023, something surprising happened. Iran and Saudi Arabia announced they were restoring diplomatic ties. The UAE and Kuwait followed. Even Bahrain, which once banned Iranian diplomats, is talking about reconciliation. It's a slow thaw, and it's fragile, because while Iran's proxies are still active and Israel still considers Iran its main enemy, Gulf countries are hedging. They have realized isolating Iran has not worked. 45 years after the revolution, Iran's revolution may not have swept the Islamic world, but it definitely reshaped it. So this is how Iran tried to change the Islamic world and what the world did in return. Despite moments of regional diplomacy, Iran remains isolated by ideology, sectarian divides, and its own revolutionary ambition. Khamenei may still hold power, but the Islamic world has perhaps largely moved on without him.
So in this video, I posted a reel on Instagram too. People must understand that this was the past, and if anybody who made the changes in this world Iranians may not be happy with their democracy, with the Shah. Now they want the Shah back because they are not happy with, what do you call it, the Islamic regime. Now they don't want that gone. Okay? So the Islamic regime had power for more than 46 years or more, and the Arab nations were affected. They joined it in the beginning, maybe a little bit, to become like an Islamic blah, 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 big nation, you know? But that's not the case, okay? What they didn't realize is that Iran could war them too, according to the narrative. That's where they got freaked out and just like, okay, we can't be part of this anymore. People are dying and things like that. You see, Israel didn't do that throughout the years. No, if you were to take a textbook and things like that, in 1948, the Arab nations kind of just went after Israel, which was retarded. Everybody deserves a place to stay. Anywho, then came 1979 and this new Islamic blah 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 regime, when everybody had their own Sunni regimes. They joined the Shia regime, which was new on the block from 1979, and it took over all the Sunni nations like, hey, be part of this club, we can be one, blah 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 blah, which we call the Shia Ummah. But when it comes to actually killing them, that's where they go silent. So this is flashback time video, what happened and how the time was and what is expected if this war ends, that time period that once upon a time existed will happen today. However, I'm gonna say to anybody who's an Iranian or live in the Middle East, never say never. You never know who's gonna be happy, you never know who's gonna be satisfied, and you never know who's gonna ruin the happy ending, okay? There's more to come. You guys need to stay tuned. And thank you for watching my video today. And I promise by next week I will have my freaking laptop. Hopefully, I'm just waiting for the Amazon people to give me my stupid refund after I return the MacBook. Then I can pretty much proceed. Order my new one. It will come immediately and we can proceed. I have all my tools. I'm just waiting for the device. Take care, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Today is the war. Learn from this movie what was the past like, and if you knew the past, you know what the tomorrow will be like, or what can we hope from it. Take care.